One of the things to reflect about in this project is the realization by member states that child protection is an essential part in peace operations across Africa. There's need to respond to the atrocities and the vulnerabilities that children in conflict situations are exposed to. So I think that has been a very key milestone, because then that has influenced the member states' commitment in terms of policy and practice in making sure that the welfare of these children are taken care of.
After the Graça-Machel study, 1996, on the impact of armed conflict on children, then there was already an emphasis on the fact that the international community need to ensure that child protection is being considered within the peace and security agenda in the region. So I think building on that, Save the Children actually started engaging with ECOWAS. So we had a memorandum of understanding. This program actually, it aimed to insert a curriculum into the curriculum of the training of military to include child rights and child protection before, during and after armed conflict. We think that we as a humanitarian organization, we can definitely contribute to improving the lives of children by having soldiers, police officers, security staff being aware of the fact that children have rights as individuals.
Children are what we would call a vulnerable group in this particular situation, and their needs and their situation can very easily be overtaken by the events that are happening. So it's important for the peace support operation actors need to know that the children need special care, they need special attention, and not just that they need that special care, but to get to understand exactly what it means to uphold their rights, and just to know the different situations in which they would find children in and how to respond to that. But also, what we are hoping is that we work towards a preventative framework that makes sure that children are protected and that they have an environment that's safe against all forms of harm that would come their way.
The commitment is so strong regarding protection of children, mainly ensuring that all measures and all, I would say, legal instruments regarding child protection are properly implemented and respected. We focus particularly on all aspects regarding sexual exploitation and abuse. This training and workshop is a very important initiative, and we hope that the outcome will be very fruitful and constructive, which will help to strengthen child protection dimension in AU perspective, as well to better protect civilian population, because it's very linked.
The project basically works with the military, police and civilian in the multi-dimensional peace support operations perspective in terms of strengthening their capacities in child protection, but also working with the regional mechanisms and regional economic communities to strengthen the standby forces. That's ECOWAS and East African Standby Force. We also working on a component of knowledge management, where the project is working with the East African Standby Force, ECOWAS Standby Force and African Standby Force to improve on the training management system and the rostering system of the project, so that we are able to have people who are trained in child protection finding their way in the roster, and thereby being ready to be deployed as personnel for either ESF or African Standby Force.
We have Eastern African Standby Force ESF. We have SADC at the south. We have ECAS at the Central Africa. We have ECOWAS in West Africa. And we have NACS at Northern Africa. All these now form the basis of African Standby Force. So for us at ESF, and with our collaboration with Save the Children, we have taken it as a priority that all the people who are supposed to go for posting, who are ready on posting or deployment, who are either in the rosters, may it be military or police or civilian, they must undergo a child protection course, because within their mandate at the conflict area, at one time, maybe the protection of civilian, maybe whatever will happen there, a child will be involved. So we normally try to put everybody, not necessarily experts on child protection, but everybody who is deployable should have some basic knowledge on how we can deal with the children when need arises.
When we completed training, most of our troops and the trainers were supposed to train on child protection, we now went into developing a curriculum which is going to guide us in child protection training. Children are the most vulnerable in armed conflict, and as a result, it has been coined that in peace support operations, wherever you are training, whether it is training for senior officers or for lower cadres, they must have a dose of child protection training, and that is why we've done that curriculum to protect them in armed conflict. It has by and large been embraced mostly in countries that are contributing troops to operational areas. Because the emphasis now is for the training, pre-deployment training. You must train all the soldiers on issues of child protection. And I think it is widely embraced, and we are really very, very happy about that cooperation between troop contributing countries and Save the Children. The way forward is the harmonization that has been proposed by the African Union, so that the troop contributing countries, same training curriculum, which will enable all of us to focus on children in armed conflict.